Alright, we're back after a long hiatus. I've just been busy beating Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild so that I can move on to play Tears of the Kingdom. It's a very long game, but we are back to finish this game up so that I can be free of all my backlog and I can continue to play Skyrim and Fallout 4 and ESO. Those games never end. And I can start uploading playthroughs for those again. If you check out my playlist for Skyrim, I have one, as well as for Fallout 4 and ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe, leave a like, help me reach that monetization threshold. So let's continue. We left off in this underground place where the waterbenders were attacked by these snake people. So we kind of got to the rod, we're at this door. We're going to now begin to manipulate the dial. First, we need to get the anglerfish. Boom. Then we gotta get the moon. Then we gotta get, was it the hand or was it the moon? Wait, no, I think it was rain. Rain, so we gotta do it clockwise again. And now we gotta do it moon again. Rain, moon, hand. So now we gotta do a rain, moon, hand. Here we go, let's press the dial. You hear great metal clunk of stone. Okay, leave.
I've got it.
Okay, so that did nothing. Okay, so we gotta... So I did something wrong. I did something wrong. I'm not sure what that is, but... Anglerfish. Moon. Rain. Moon. Oh wait, I think I know what I did wrong. You're supposed to press the dial each time. Okay, that makes sense. Fish. Press the dial. Moon. Press the dial. Rotate again. Rain. Press the dial. We'll go back to the moon. Press the dial. Now we gotta go to the hand. Let's press the dial again. There we go. Now it's open. Continue. The air beyond the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else, something old, which raises the hairs on the back of your neck. As you take your first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume, and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding rock. Alright, you navigate the dark, narrow tunnel, pressing your shoulders together to fit the passage. Oh shit. We're fighting a dragon. Decide what to do with Cyrolophus. Uncover the third. Okay, so I guess we don't have to kill this fool. As a massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that breached from the depths.
How in all Aora have they kept it down here?
I agree a lot.
Ishi, down. This is no time to pick a fight. Of course I know you can take him.
Holy gone, but it's beautiful. And I'll bet smart as a whip and just as mean.
He sucks in a sharp breath.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus,
Skirilophus.
Guardian of the Isles.
He slaps his tail against the floor.
What is this? One of Andra's whelps?
His snout wrinkles at Tekihu.
Hello.
Tekihu swallows. Hot steam jets from the dragon's nostrils. I am Godwoken, captain of Galleon. I take it you're the one causing the whole city to shake. Did you make up that title?
I would see this vessel of yours someday, but we will return to that.
Skirilophus.
You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
I don't really serve them, we just have mutual interests.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
I feel like a noble dragon. I feel like a dragon would have no reason to really lie.
You stand in the sanctum of the Water Shapers, those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art. An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
Interesting. Tekihu, could this be true? What covenant is that?
One struck in a different time, when the gods showered devotion on Huana. The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no Water Shapers to remember them.
Oh shit. And afterwards, they'll probably get destroyed by the other two companies, the Valiant Trading Company.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
Smiling to herself, Maya folds her arm.
Daughter of the West, what I intend for the Huana is nothing to what I will inflict upon your fleet.
The dragon hustled by the stinging air. Maya only narrows her eyes and shifts her way.
When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul.
This cannot be true, I say.
The half-breed's naivete is charming. I see why you suffer his company, and now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The luminous Adra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
The other water shippers know nothing about this. Read the dragon's soul. Your soul is stuck here? Let me take a look. Bound or not, what do you have planned on doing about it? Let me read your soul.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Emerging in the dragon's soul feels at first disorienting, like probing a stack of vessel. The energy and vibrancy that should color his soul is gray and worn. From the shadow, a dark, formless thing reaches out to you in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperses energy elsewhere to the water shaper students of Nekataka. As it touches you, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. You withdraw from the sensation, feeling shaky, depleted. Looked into your soul, it's true.
Believe what you will. My duty to the archipelago is all that matters.
So is mine. And it involves aiming a cannon between your eyes.
Damn, girl.
Would you give me Tangaloa's kiss? I might welcome it. Freedom comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings. My gift to Periki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
We have a responsibility, I say.
Trailing off, Jackie who pulls ethically as one of its hires.
But if he speaks truth, the Huana are better served if he remains.
Your opinion is irrelevant, half-breed.
Morikaza would have me killed if I set you free. There has to be another way. I have questions about you first, Dragon. Can I quick save here? I don't think I can. Do I get something out of the arrangement? What happens to your captors if I do you as you ask? I have some questions.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
Do you think of yourself as a guardian?
That is a duty as old as the islands themselves. In ages past, there were 3 guardians. They watched over the Isles, the Adra, and lost to Kaizo.
That is similar to the tenets of Ngati's covenant.
You are perceptive for a fish.
Man, the more and more I see this world, all 3 of these factions are shit in some way. Holy shit. What do you know of
The
Ukaizo?
city where Kith spoke to gods. The heart of an empire. I know only what I hear.
Okay.
Kaizo was gone before my time. Even its myth is dust and ashes.
You spoke of 3.
Creatures of unparalleled age and power, bound, like me, to strengthen the Huana. If they still lived, no foreign ship would trespass on these islands.
Something on your mind, Takuhu?
Kara, there is too much running through my head, I say.
He touches his forehead
For
spot.
another time.
The fish is not ready to know what he only now suspects.
Back to my other question.
Kaizo is lost beyond all as outsiders threatened the Isles. The power of the Huana waned. Crafty Periki sought me out to strike a deal. She used my soul as a crutch for her water shapers. In exchange, she vowed to protect the Adra.
The aliens are mining the Adra. Go on.
I came as an honored guest. The water shapers grew strong, and new conflicts replaced the old. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
How did you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana, she used my soul. Look upon me. Are you surprised that the Huana do not keep their promises? I came
Yeah,
as
they
an
look like they sound like a shitty people all around. Holy
The
shit.
water shapers grew strong.
The water of the island Huana as well as the land Huana that mine's part of.
When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
You're bound here by yourself.
Periki and her crew forged wards that anchor my soul to this chamber. I am not chained here, but I am compelled to remain. I have sat still for enough of your questions. Will you release me, or must this end with blood? I tire of your questions. Do you intend to release me or not?
Oh, I need to think about this. How do I free you?
Eriki and her mages crafted this prison with the rod you carry.
He tips his head to erase the
The
stone.
rod could destroy the wards as well. It contains a fragment of my soul, gifted willingly to share of my strength. The Huana twisted it against me, just as they twist themselves. Your inspection is irrelevant. I have seen enough of these walls for the both of us. The wards are the bars of my prison, and the rod you carry can bend them apart like stalks of wheat.
It might be safer to siphon power and let the wards collapse on their own, but I won't bore you with the details.
If you think it prudent. Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you. There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
The dragon unclenches his jaw and watches you in silence. The siphoning enchantment merely siphons at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think it could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. Then break the imprisoning ward. Use the rod of the Deep Hunter to disable the enchantments. Leave it be for now. Let me quickly save. Use the rod of the Deep Hunter to disable the enchantments. Strengthen the spell of imprison. Oh shit. Cypherus winces but makes no other protest. He shifts his weight from one leg to the other as the ruins of confinement begin to crumble. The warstone itself flashes bright, resplendent.
I feel irregular, lighter, but there is an absence as well.
He eyes the ceiling thoughtfully.
The burden of this prison is lifted. I will return to the beloved Atra.
He flexes his claws and lets out an exultant bellow. Your soul may recover in time. It's a formidable one. Your soul may recover in time. It's a formidable one. Will you consider showing mercy?
Mercy? Only for those who showed mercy to me. The rest...
Oh boy.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas, you will feel a welcome chill as my shadow passes over your deck. Depend on it.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas? Oh boy. Cypher Scoriolophus beats his wings, lifting his massive form above the ground of his watery prison. He stretches open his jaw and roars. The ensuing blast blows on the top of his prison, exposing it to the sky above. For the first time in untold years, natural light floods the interior of the chamber. He snaps his wings a second time, flying through the exit with wild abandon, tilting at reckless, unpracticed angles as he builds incredible speed. When he emerges, shrieks of horror and dismay grow in volume. Moments later, as he passes out of view, you hear an explosion of splintered wood. Upheaved water and incredible devastation on the southern corner of the island. Boy, oh boy.
Captain, a word.
What's in your mind?
When I joined the guild, I was a fish in a dream. Water Shapers were the keepers of our oldest covenant, protectors of history. Heroes, I say.
Oh boy.
Now I see the guild only for what it has become. Ikera, a perversion of the oldest Juana art.
Indeed, he grimaces and looks away. Myru lied to you, to everyone. You owe the guild nothing. The guild should have trusted in the strength of its water shapers. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure. You will get through this. Stand by your faith in the guild. The guild should have trusted in the strength of its water ship. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure. You owe the guild nothing.
Ikera, no matter how many warships sailed against us, the Juana should have relied on each other first.
Maya rolls her eyes.
I do not want to tarry in this house of regret a moment longer. My thoughts will be clearer in time. You have questions? Ikera, I have answers. Between the crown and the guild, Nekataka has high hopes for Ngati's chosen son, I say. If Ngati had not blessed me, I say the goddess touched me for more than enriching one tribe, glorifying one island. If people need hope, they should pray harder, or look to their own grindstone.
He gives you an annoyed look, holding in for longer than necessary before tossing his hair with a gentle
I say
twist.
there is me, Takehu, and there is the Takehu others would make like a coconut husk doll.
You mean the one people would play with?
Anyone with the strength to pick me up may play with me, friend Shouty.
Takehu
The more I try to be the Takehu I know I am, the harder I am constrained.
Good Lord.
What say?
You give too much power to the expectations of others. Others want to stoke your potential. No harm in that. No one should pressure you to do something you're not. The guild and the tribes heaped prestige on you. They deserve something back.
But it is the adoring people who made Takehu the savior. Many think that I have a duty to the Juana. I say I am the only one unconvinced.
I'm the Lord of Kaidno. You don't see me rebuilding my keep.
Ikera, just so. I know how I seem. We did not have this word, conceded, before Adirans landed on the Isles.
Well, you've certainly made up for lost time.
If Ngati had not touched me, I wonder if anyone would care.
Pillars of coral and bone reach up, supporting a ceiling that has hundreds of fathoms away. Chandeliers lit with bioluminescent globes dangle from ropes, swaying in languid, tangular motions. At the farthest end of the hall sits Andra, as tall as a castle, keeping and leaning forward in her throne. She has adopted the head of an angular fish and regards you with its globular stare. Her sickle-shaped jaw opens and closes in a rictus of conflicted emotions.
Poor boy. He has it backward, as usual.
A silky, distant voice asserts itself through your
I
thoughts.
did not choose him so that he could do great things. I chose him because talent should be fostered toward any end.
Sadness and regret creep into her tone, but something about them rings falsely to your ears. Really?
How fortunate that you are here to set him on the right path. I know you won't disappoint.
You hear a smile in her words.
Apologies. I say I never miss an opportunity to talk about myself. You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Where did you live prior to Nekataka? Your mother has spoken about you.
Ngati spoke to you. Ha! To leave her son guessing. Oh, this is my tricksome mother through and through.
She seems to care about your well-being.
What mother doesn't? You must be special indeed for Ngati to speak with words. For her people, she lays out cryptic stepping stones hidden in omens. Ikera, but send her my fondest wishes. Ah, the art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people. Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, Too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shape. Fabrications, I say, meant only to siphon power from her dragon wards. But there is an echo of truth in them still. Try as we might to embody Ngati's element, our bodies are not water. Ikera, this is the form of grief, a beginner's test.
He closes his eyes and sweeps out his hands.
The body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the mountain will bow to the stream. The form of hope, I say.
Ekuhu crosses one leg before the other. Lays on the spot.
Water commands its vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera?
Eku opens his eyes, which now resemble polished onyx. His smile is hungry, predatory. He blinks and the effect is gone.
The art is a challenge to grasp, difficult to master, and impossible to perfect. It is only by force of habit that I omit the final form. We do not speak of it in the guild. The form of transcendence.
Eku closes his eyes and concentrates, holding out his palms. He bites his lower lip and focuses. Finally, he shakes his head and says, "He's once more."
Only a story, I say. Even crafty Periki could not commit this ancient form to her scroll. It was said that our ancestors could shape the very oceans of the Deadfire. This was Ngati's true gift, but we have yet to recover it from the ruins of our past. Ikera, speak on.
Where did you live prior to
The
Negataka?
Kahanga are my tribe, but my people settled on Atua, an island too modest to deserve the attention of maps. My mortal mother tans boar hides. My father trades in the abundance of pearls and opals Atua is blessed to provide. When I was born, father called me his blue topaz boy.
Interesting. Your birth must have been a big event.
Ikera, high winds stirred the vigor of the seas. 2 huts collapsed before our local storm speaker could shout down the weather. They say the skies only cleared when I fell into the midwife's basket. Peace had returned to the island, or so the Mataru predicted.
Have any other notable godlike come from Atua?
Doubtless, I say. But I am the most precious gem of recent history. Godlike are revered as bringers of local change, but only Ngati's chosen is thought to deliver an omen for all Huana at once.
Interesting. So you're chosen in this story. What did you go around and on?
I could not be kept from the water, so my father taught me how to dive for pearls and azada snails. Ngati filled my palms with riches on every harvest, I say. When I came of an age to begin a man's pursuits, the Mataru reached out to the Kahanga Queen, weighing my arrival against the forces that descended on her territory. The Queen could not invite Ngati's chosen into the Water Shapers Guild fast enough. In hard times, the endorsement of a goddess is more valuable than currency.
No, let's be off. Water Shapers Guild. So we gotta now report back to the Queen. Go back to Periki's Overlook. Oh boy, look at this carnage. Okay. Let's get out of here. Go to Serpent's Crown. Good. Marine godlike. Interesting. The new godlike, I guess. Serpent's Crown. The Kahanga Palace rooftop. I believe that's where the Queen's at. Alright. Oh, it's nice and bright here. That's beautiful. Alright, my Queen.
What Madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook. The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
Onakaza raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
She pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me what happened.
Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon. The Watershapers Guild is a mess on account of some snakes and a dragon. The guild had a very, very sizable infestation in the basement.
You do not jest.
The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit on her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
Teku folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something with a gesture causes Onikaza to hold her attention onto him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Onikaza searches over your shoulder. Guildmaster Myru is dead. Serialopolis agreed to lend the Watershapers strength to protect the archipelago. Piriki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison.
No! To lose a teacher of Myru's skill while Rawatai points their cannons at us?
Onikaza raises her hand to her mouth.
Tekehu, my sympathies. I know yours was a turbulent apprenticeship.
Makara, the guild, they fought bravely, Highness.
Send every bird for my master Watershapers. Tell them to cleave the ocean in half if they must. They will come to Nekataka now. I once told Myru she was not allowed to retire while Rawatai's fleet darkened my ports. Nagati is not done testing me, I say.
Piriki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison.
Piriki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret.
She sighs, curling her chin.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onikaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for the exit, Onikaza leans back and throne considers.
Kara, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
Onikaza turns back to you, leaving Tekuhu to pull his hair on his hair and frown.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The dragon's prison wards strengthen the souls of your water shapers. The forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison. All I know is that anyone who learned water shaping here leashed off the dragon's soul.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her. All at the cost of this beast's freedom. If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
His thinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onikaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild...
She leans for, I siphoned his soul using the prison wards. Your water shaper should be fine. She closes her eyes and nods, taking each breath slowly.
What Pariki did was no kindness, I say. But her actions helped students of the guild to learn our most sacred art.
I am not feeling very sacred today, Highness.
Neither am I.
Tekehu, what was the dragon but Nagati's gift to the Huana? You are out of practice interpreting your mother's omens.
He waits for an answer to this rebuke, but Teku holds his silence.
This is more valuable to me than every cannon in Rawatai. Thank you, Watcher.
Onikaza inclines her head and touches her brow, holding the pose long enough for her attendants to draw in sharp breaths and look to you with awe. Oh, there's no hard feeling about setting the dragon free. Ugh, God, all these factions are shit. I thought they were at least the good ones here. Hope there's no hard feelings about setting a dragon free. Where do we go from here, Highness?
My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Nekataka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki. My brother calls the Oaxaca the last true Juana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong. I'd be surprised if you haven't traded blood with them once or twice in the past. The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Hopefully you can meet a friend.
They will at least let you talk while they knock their arrows, I say. I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Oaxaca war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's iron fleet.
Are we still pitting cannons against canoes, Highness?
Maya glances up from furiously scribbling notes. To grow waves.
Cannons exhaust themselves after every battle cry. My warriors do not.
I'll consider approval.
Ask. I would not have you journeying to Oriokoiki uninformed. The corpses refer to the pungent Koiki trees. The curse. There are Nguithan ruins on the isle. I say our ancestors were either superstitious or had no taste for Koiki. The Huana are always stronger together than we were apart. I want the Oaxaca to remember this. Today, we are tribes, united under the gods. Tomorrow, we can be an empire, and the Deadfire our protected haven. It is said the Oaxaca did unspeakable things to survive the downfall of our ancestors, cannibalizing the injured and making blood sacrifices to the gods.
What the hell is he doing? Water shaping?
As the dust settled, the other tribes learned to keep their distance from the tribe. Those who do not think like my brother say the Oaxaca never recovered from the loss of Ukaizo. Akira, then you will seek out the Oaxaca and bring their strength to the Kahanga? Sail for the Isle of Oriokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Nekataka. There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life. Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Oaxaca are not a trusting people.
The fruitful travel to Oriokoiki to speak with the Oaxaca chieftain. Lean sails the Do Reckless far to the eastern Nekataka and past the Kua'o Rikuhu island chain. Tikawara. Disrupt the luminous Andra at Pokohara Astura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Wants me to impede the Valiant's progress to Pokohara. To that end, he has me to find a way to render the luminous Andra there unusable. Asila, wave skipper, commands the voyage of River Dragon and sails the waters around the group of islands to the south of Port Mage, southwest. Learn about the storms of Pokohara. The first expedition to stop at the island of Tigawara, southeast of Nekataka, where they hope the locals might direct Mount Pokohara. If I speak with the villagers, perhaps they can provide me some information. Atsura, an advisor of the World Deadfire Company, has asked me to sabotage the limited Adra. Investigate the partisans of the lighted path. When we run on chance to resupply at Sayuka before leaving the Deadfire, Seraphine wants us to follow in search of the pirate. This time he pointed me towards the islands surrounding the Huana village of Tikawara. He makes claim of 3 islands from here, crossing a triangle around Tikawara. Or you may be able to learn more about at Ori Okoiki, their home island. Ah, so this one and that is the same. And then we got the Pokuhara situation. We got the Pokuhara right here. God Lord, multiple quests and multiple different locations. Kua Orikuhu. Chain. Learn about it in Pokutikawara. Here. Tikawara. Sayaka. Around Tikawara. Ryokoiki. Okokohara. Oroi Koyoki. The Oroi Koyoki is with the Oaxaki. Waoriku. Oreo Koiki. Pokokohara. Alright. Let's quickly do the Archmage's Vault and the lighted path before we head out. Serpent's Crown.
For what is Aethys, the god of light? Does he hold the sun in the sky?
Yeah, actually. The sun wakes for Aethys, dead or alive. You got a problem with that?
Akira, he steals the light from others.
You want a bloody nose, fish face. Keep talking.
Religious conflict. I love it. Love their convictions. Let's talk to that girl. Oh, there she is right there. Nete.
Akira, we meet again.
The Juana dignitary gives you a warm smile. Give her the artifact. Pretend to drop the tablet. I got The Harapo, oops.
Akira, I say the relevance of the Harapo epic can't be overstated. It could prove a touchstone for the Huana. It could even... Sorry. You go ahead.
My trials of volition primarily comprise of Islet and Orma. Why is the title important to you?
It is important to all who call the Deadfire home. I only tell you this because I know you can be trusted. The epic is supposed to contain information on Ukaizo. Nothing as dramatic as a set of coordinates, but anything helps. Stories are also important to the Huana. Much of who we are, they think the tablet can show them, well, the way to Ukaizo. Akira, it's a mythical island. But Akira, the pleasure is... Akira! You've restored to us a piece of our history. The Queen thanks you, my friend. We are a step closer to...
Alright. The Archimedes Vault.
Hey, you the Watcher?
Yeah, that's me.
Good. If I delivered message to wrong person, Master would curse me with Archimede's annoying song that never gets out of your head. Archimede, the great master, has returned. Invites you to join him at the estate. Says you know where that is.
The imp lets out a harsh, discordant chuckle, holding his claw in front of his mouth to hide a mischievous grin. Tell him I'll be there.
Need to. He already knows. Find Master in his study. Don't be late.
Well, that was faster than I anticipated. I had hoped for more time to work with the Queen on her formal apology, but I will have to accelerate our plan. Thank you again, truly. This may be our most meaningful step towards Ukaizo. We just have to pray that Archimede doesn't put hexes on his belongings.
All right, I'll say it. The filthy little buggers are growing on me. Anyone else? No?
Okay. For now, guys, we'll pause, leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see y'all next time.